Ever found yourself wondering how we breathe? The answer lies in the marvel that is our respiratory system. This intricate network of organs and structures plays a vital role in every breath we take, from the moment we're born to our very last sigh. Today, we're embarking on a journey to explore the anatomy and physiology of the respiratory system. We'll strip away the complexity and bring you a clear, easy-to-understand guide to this essential bodily system. We'll delve into the structures that make up the respiratory system, the processes that keep it ticking, and even the disorders that can disrupt its function. So whether you're a curious individual or a budding medical professional, this exploration will provide a wealth of knowledge about the mechanics of breathing. You'll gain a profound appreciation for the intricate dance that happens within us with each and every breath. Ready to dive into the fascinating world of our breathing process? Let's get started. First, it's crucial to understand the structure of the respiratory system. Let's start at the beginning, with the nose. The nose is more than just a protrusion on your face. It's the primary entryway for air. When air enters the nostrils, it's warmed, moisturized, and filtered by the mucous membranes and tiny hairs, known as cilia, lining the inner walls. This process prepares the air for a smoother journey down to the lungs. Next, the air moves through the pharynx, a funnel-shaped tube that's part of both the respiratory and digestive systems. It's the intersection where the paths for food and air cross. However, don't worry about choking every time you take a breath. The epiglottis, a small flap of tissue, covers the windpipe when you swallow, ensuring that food enters the esophagus, not the lungs. The air then travels down the larynx, or as you might know it, the voice box. This structure is home to the vocal cords, which vibrate to produce sounds as air passes through. So next time you sing in the shower, remember to thank your larynx. One step down, we reach the trachea, or windpipe, a sturdy tube reinforced with C-shaped rings of cartilage. These rings prevent the trachea from collapsing, ensuring a clear path for air to the lungs. The trachea also has cilia that move in coordinated waves, pushing any trapped dust or mucus upwards so it can be expelled. At the end of the trachea, the tube splits into two bronchi, each leading to a lung. The bronchi themselves branch out into smaller tubes called bronchioles, like the limbs of a tree. This elaborate network ensures that oxygen reaches every corner of your lungs. Speaking of lungs, these are the stars of the respiratory system. They're sponge-like organs located on either side of your chest, protected by the rib cage. While both lungs are crucial for respiration, they're not identical twins. The right lung has 3 lobes, while the left one has 2, making room for your heart. Inside the lungs, the bronchioles end in tiny air sacs called alveoli. Picture these as tiny balloons, inflating as you breathe in and deflating as you breathe out. But they're more than just air storage units. The walls of the alveoli are extremely thin, allowing oxygen to pass through into the bloodstream and carbon dioxide to pass out. This gas exchange is the essence of respiration. And let's not forget the diaphragm, the powerhouse of the respiratory system. This dome-shaped muscle sits beneath the lungs and is responsible for their inflation and deflation. When the diaphragm contracts, it creates a vacuum effect, pulling air into the lungs. When it relaxes, the air is pushed out. It's a ceaseless dance that keeps you alive, even when you're not thinking about it. Lastly, the pleural membranes wrap around the lungs, sealing off the chest cavity and aiding in the smooth movement of the lungs during respiration. The space between these membranes, known as the pleural cavity, is filled with a thin layer of fluid that reduces friction, allowing the lungs to expand and contract without resistance. Now that we've understood the structure, we can move on to how these parts function together. Next, let's unravel the mystery of how these parts work together to help us breathe. So, we've covered the players in the respiratory system, but how does this intricate system actually function? Let's start with the basics. The primary purpose of the respiratory system is to supply the body with oxygen and dispose of carbon dioxide. This process, known as respiration, is a 2-step dance: inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation, or breathing in, is the first step. As we inhale, our diaphragm contracts and moves downward, increasing the space in our chest cavity. Simultaneously, our intercostal muscles contract to expand our ribcage, further increasing this space. This decrease in pressure allows air and the oxygen it carries to rush into our lungs. Once inside our lungs, the oxygen has a crucial meeting with our circulatory system. The oxygen molecules pass through the thin walls of the alveoli and capillaries into the bloodstream. Here, they hop onto red blood cells, specifically bonding with a protein called hemoglobin. This oxygen-rich blood then travels back to the heart, which pumps it out to the rest of the body. Every cell in our body needs oxygen for a process called cellular respiration, which is how cells produce energy. Now, what happens to the carbon dioxide, the waste product of cellular respiration? Well, it needs to exit the body, and that's where exhalation comes into play. During exhalation or breathing out, the process of inhalation is essentially reversed. The diaphragm and intercostal muscles relax, causing the chest cavity to decrease in size. This increase in pressure pushes air carrying carbon dioxide out of the lungs and out of our bodies. But here's something to ponder. Our lungs never fully empty when we exhale. There's always a residual volume of air left in the lungs, which is why we can hold our breath for a bit even after a full exhalation. Now let's add a layer of complexity to this. While we've discussed the process of respiration as though it's a conscious effort, it's actually governed by an automatic regulatory system. Our brain, specifically the medulla oblongata, continuously monitors the levels of carbon dioxide in our blood. When these levels rise, the medulla signals our respiratory muscles to contract, triggering inhalation. Once the carbon dioxide levels drop, the signals stop and we exhale. This regulatory system ensures we maintain a steady rhythm of breaths, about 16 to 20 times a minute. It's also worth noting that while we often focus on oxygen and carbon dioxide, the respiratory system also plays a role in regulating the pH of our blood. Carbon dioxide can combine with water in the body to form carbonic acid, which can alter blood pH. By adjusting the rate and depth of our breaths, our body can balance the amount of carbon dioxide and, in turn, control our blood pH. So, there you have it. From a deep breath in to a long exhale out, our respiratory system is a marvel of nature, a complex symphony of parts working together to keep us alive and energized. It's not just about breathing in and out. However, like any other system in our body, the respiratory system can face issues too. Let's delve into some common disorders that can affect this crucial system. First on our list is asthma. It's an ailment that causes the airways to swell and narrow, leading to the production of extra mucus. This can result in symptoms such as shortness of breath, coughing, wheezing, and a feeling of tightness in the chest. In severe cases, asthma can interfere significantly with daily activities. The exact cause of asthma is unknown, but it's believed to be a combination of genetic and environmental factors. Next up is bronchitis, an inflammation of the lining of the bronchial tubes, which carry air to and from the lungs. This condition results in a persistent cough that brings up mucus, along with shortness of breath and fatigue. Acute bronchitis is typically caused by viruses, usually the same ones that cause colds and flu, while chronic bronchitis is often linked to smoking. Third on our list is pneumonia, a lung infection that inflames the air sacs in one or both lungs. The air sacs may fill with fluid or pus, causing cough with phlegm or pus, fever, chills, and difficulty breathing. Pneumonia can be caused by a variety of organisms, including bacteria, viruses, and fungi. It can range in seriousness from mild to life-threatening. Now, you might be wondering how these disorders affect the respiratory system. Well, in the case of asthma, the narrowed airways make it harder for air to move in and out of the lungs, which can cause difficulty breathing. Bronchitis, on the other hand, results in a reduced ability to carry oxygen from the lungs to the bloodstream and carbon dioxide from the bloodstream to the lungs. This can lead to shortness of breath and other symptoms. As for pneumonia, the infection causes the lungs' air sacs to become solid, which can interfere with the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. While these disorders can be alarming, it's important to remember that they are treatable. Asthma can be managed with medications that help keep the airways open, while bronchitis usually resolves on its own or can be treated with antibiotics if it's bacterial. Pneumonia is typically treated with antibiotics, antiviral drugs, or antifungal medications, depending on the cause. Moreover, understanding the respiratory system can play a significant role in prevention. For instance, knowing that smoking can lead to chronic bronchitis might make some reconsider their habits. Similarly, knowing how infections spread can help prevent pneumonia. While these disorders can be serious,
Understanding the respiratory system can help in prevention and treatment.
We've seen how intricate our respiratory system is and how crucial it is to our survival. This complex network of organs and tissues not only allows us to breathe, but also filters out harmful substances and delivers oxygen to every cell in our bodies. It's clear then, the pivotal role our respiratory system plays in maintaining overall health and well-being. A healthy respiratory system is vital for our survival and quality of life. It keeps us energized, alert, and also plays a significant role in our body's defense mechanism. It helps filter out harmful particles from the air we breathe, defending our bodies against diseases and infections. Additionally, it aids in the regulation of blood pH, maintaining a delicate balance necessary for our body's optimal function. Now, the question arises, how can we maintain a healthy respiratory system? Well, it begins with simple, everyday habits. Regular exercise, for instance, can strengthen our lungs, making them more efficient at supplying oxygen to our bodies. It also improves our immune system, making us more resistant to respiratory infections. A clean, pollution-free environment is equally important. Avoiding exposure to harmful substances like tobacco smoke, air pollutants, and allergens can significantly reduce the risk of respiratory diseases. Remember, our lungs are like sponges. They absorb whatever we breathe in, so it's essential to keep our air as clean as possible. Proper hydration and a balanced diet rich in antioxidants can also contribute to a healthy respiratory system. Antioxidants help protect our cells from damage, while water keeps our mucous membranes moist, aiding in the filtration and removal of foreign particles. Regular health checkups and timely vaccinations can further help prevent respiratory diseases. They are crucial in early detection and treatment, reducing the risk of complications. Lastly, practice good hygiene. Washing hands regularly, especially during flu season, can prevent the spread of respiratory infections. Remember, a healthy respiratory system is key to a healthy life. It's not just about breathing, it's about sustaining life and promoting wellness. So let's take care of our lungs, they're the only ones we've got. So we've journeyed through the fascinating world of our respiratory system. We've explored the intricate anatomy, from the nostrils to the alveoli, where the magic of gas exchange happens. We've delved into the physiology, understanding how we draw breath, and how oxygen and carbon dioxide make their grand exchange, powering our bodies and keeping us alive. We've also looked at common disorders, like asthma and bronchitis, that can disrupt this delicate balance, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a healthy respiratory system. We've seen how everything from regular exercise to a clean environment to proper hydration can have a significant impact on our respiratory health. Just think, every breath you take is a testament to this incredible system at work. Every inhale, every exhale is a marvel of nature. Next time you take a breath, remember the intricate process that makes it possible. Until next time, keep breathing easy.